Well, again, this is going to be a very quick one. It's Africans in Diaspora Online Network. I'm good to be back. I just want to ask some questions. Is Bola Tinubu back to the country? Because I saw some posts today. Um, I watched that I on Arise TV today that Bola Tinubu will be back today. So they say by 2 p.m. Nigeria time. And now it's about 6 o'clock now. Is he back? Please, I just really want to know because is our president elect, so to say. We should know it's not just other citizen again, is our property now. So we need to know how he's doing, his health, because Nigeria is our country. We are, for me, I'm concerned about my country. Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria is blessed. So I just want to know if Bola Tinubu is back. That's a question I just want to ask this evening because I saw they said he will be back today. Is he really back? I just pray for him. I pray. I really pray for him because we want the best for our country, and we want to know. We want to ask some questions. We want to know about his health, his plans, for our country, Nigeria, what he wants to do, his plan was during the campaign, during the elections. There was not much. We didn't hear much from him. Okay, so it's time for us to ask him, what do they want to do? What is his plan for us as in insecurity, health sector, education, infrastructure, development, so many areas, man. And what his plans for the new cabinet we hope to have, all things being equal, let's assume the court, upheld these elections because we want the betterment of our country. Nigeria is a blessed country. So many things have been happening. So we want to really see, we want good governance. We want people that can be able to deliver. I'm not against him. I'm not against this. What I just want is good leadership. That is what the Obedi have been clamoring for. We want good leadership. We want people that can deliver, people, that have the country at heart. That is our prayer. That is what we'll be praying for. So it will be of our interest if the guy is back to the country and here and healthy. So I don't really know. Maybe he's back now. They said today. It's been over a month. They say he's been in France, as I said. So it's been over a month now that he's been in France. He said he's going to be in Mecca, but he's in Mecca. So guys, let us know. I'm sure all things are. I believe he's good and fine. I just believe so. I believe he's good and fine. Okay, so I will show the video of just a video of today of Arise. I love Arise News crew, Rufai and the rest. So I will just play it. And I will talk about, there's going to be a protest in Washington, D.C. again. I will talk about that. We are not relating to our efforts. That is the truth. Despite all the threats, we will not relent on our effort. We will make sure we pursue it to the end. That is the truth. We pursue it to the end. So I will play a short clip of the protest they are planning in Washington, D.C. There's a video for it. I will just play it. So if you live around in Washington, D.C., please, I will just say, please try to make it count also, be a part of it. Just try to be a part of it, okay? And what's happening, things have been happening in Sudan too. I heard our students, so Nigerians are stranded there, about 5,000 people, and out of the lot, we have about 4,000 students, Nigerians there. So I can just imagine Nigeria of a country, Sudan of all places, that is where they are going, and it shows the level of our education system in Nigeria. These things need to change. All this need to really change. It shows how bad our our system is, you know. So the coming government, we have to take a look into it, man. Our country, I mean, we need to really sit up and fix so many things. Buhari he said he has done his best. He said he's going back to Daura. If they trouble him too much, he will go to Niger State. That is too bad. He knows that he did not do well. He's apologizing. He's begging Nigerians. So none of the governors, even the guy in Kano State, I saw a video that he was begging that they should forgive him. They are forgiving those that wronged him. If you do well, why should you be begging for forgiveness? You don't need to beg for forgiveness. You know that you didn't do well. So that's down too bad. You know you did not do well. So anyway, that is just part of it. It's just part of it. But Nigeria government should take up responsibility. They should try their best to make sure they save those students, those Nigerians in Sudan. They should do that part. They should do their best. I heard that Air Peace, they have volunteered, you know, to lift the Nigerians there. But how can they go there? Because the airspace is no longer safe, except they're able to, you know, through the neighboring country. So the Nigerian government the ball is in your court. You have to do it. It's also a responsibility, you know, to save to help your citizens when there is problem. So it's your responsibility, and you have to live up to it. You have to live up to it. You just have to live up to it. So our prayer is that those people in South Sudan, Nigeria, South Sudan, I mean in Sudan, they should be okay, you know, but either the better, they should do something. They should better do something. That is the truth. They should not be waiting, I mean, for Air Peace to do all. They should do their part. They should wake up for the responsibility and make it happen. Okay? So I will play just a little video right now. Then I come back, I play the video of the protest that will be happening in Washington, D.C. I mean, we don't relent on our efforts. We have to make sure the will of the people comes to pass. People have voted. You know, I know that people are not happy. I mean, they're not happy. Their mood is they're not in the happy mood, really, Sha. But in Nigeria, if you see people in Nigeria, they're not really happy. They are not just happy because of what happened. But all the same, the battle is still on. So when Tumbo comes back, he knows that he has many things to do, even with the court case too, and questions to answer of his head, his nationality, his so many things, man, and what are his plans for the nation. Okay, so let me just play this video. Let me play this. I think it's okay, let me play it now.
Yesterday, you are not part of the I'm unavailable.
Oh yeah. Issues surrounding whether, his health and all of that had been trending on social media. I'll take some reactions with this story from the APC. This is from Otitokoro.
Otitokoro.
What does it mean?
Truth is bitter.
Oh, I love it. Well, all right. Well, he says, I wish the president-elect long life in good health. It is also important to state that a president going abroad on vacation is not change. It is not renewed hope. It is not nationalism. It is also not new wine in new bottle. Sir Tafawa Balewa observed vacations in Nigeria. Well, another Twitter user there says, what happened to a vacation at Yankari Game Reserve, Obudu Mountain Resort, that beach resort in Lekki, Abraka Turf, in my state, Delta State, Ibom Golf Resort, Ikogosi, Olumo, Oguta Lake, and so on. He could have spent his 3 weeks vacation in any of those places. Why travel abroad? I wanted to take this tweet because I also just wanted to highlight the beautiful places that we have in Nigeria where you can go on vacation. But like Dr. Bati said, there is freedom of movement. Anyone is allowed to go wherever they want. And, the president-elect chose France, and that's where he chose to go. Ayo.
All right, thank you so much for showing that tweet. That was what was on my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for highlighting some of the great places in terms of tourism.
Nice.
And I'm trying to remember which states exactly, but I know the president-elect did mention on one of his campaign tours that he was going to improve tourism. So he might have been the perfect picture of an ambassador if he had chosen one of these sites to spend his 3-week vacation. But maybe there's something about the French air that would give him clarity of thought, because there's a lot of work ahead of him.
Really?
He's coming back to answering.
Did you say French air?
Yeah.
That I haven't heard.
I mean, there's something obviously clearly abroad that makes them think, because they keep going there for meetings. So it's something there gives freer thought. I don't know, maybe. But like you mentioned, barring unforeseen circumstance, don't forget that. That was something you mentioned. We will see the president-elect today, and we're excited about that because he did tell us he was going to France and Saudi Arabia. We didn't see pictures from there, but that's as an aside. But going forward in terms of what is welcoming him back, there are a number of questions. Maybe he'll choose to do a press conference to finally put to an end this issue around his Guinean passport, being dual nationality, swearing on the oath, or perhaps ignore that. Maybe he would have an opportunity to then respond to some of the issues. Yesterday, we had Mr. Oyalowo speak to us. We're tired of speaking to spokespersons. We want to speak to the real person who would be dealing with the issues. Yeah, today. Oh, I said yesterday. Sorry, today. and so we want to speak to the man. We want to hear from him because later on, as Dr. Bati mentioned earlier on, he can say that it was his surrogates that were making promises, that he didn't say it by himself. So he's not aware of some of the promises they were making. So it would be great for us to actually engage him, speak to him. We're excited. Let's hit the road, the road running. There's a lot of work for him that he has to deal with.
Absolutely. Rufai, your comment on the story.
I mean, we can't wait to have the president-elect back. In fact, I know a lot of his followers will bring out the drums and be singing Kabo, Shida, Da, Ludi, Atin, Retire. And it's on them to sing that, and congratulations to them. And we wish him a lot of wellness. We want him to succeed. But you see, one thing about success is there should be constant
I think
evaluation and scrutiny on the path to success.
Let me show this
It
part
is because
now.
it is accountability that lays you on the path of success.
Yeah, let me show this part now. Tinubu is in the country. Tinubu is in the country.
Red cap, please, open up.
Tinubu is back to the country. He's back. That is it. The president-elect is back to the country. Okay.
Live pictures from the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Abuja. Nigeria's president-elect back in the country after a 1-month break. Certainly, the break.
Many questions to answer. So,
President-elect back in the country after a 1-month break in France. Break was quite necessary after a rigorous campaign period, which spanned several months, and also a rigorous election period, which happened in February. Of course, he emerged a winner at the end of that, polling more than 8 million votes to emerge president-elect. He's back in the country, and this puts spade to rumors and questions about Nigeria.
all right. So many questions to answer. So as he's back, many questions to answer. He has to answer it all. You got to answer it all. That is the truth. So, we're happy for him. That is right. We're happy for him. So that's the truth. So I will leave it at that now. Welcome back to the country. So now, but here it is. Now, this is free to answer. So you have to answer it all. You have to answer it all. That is the truth. And that is it. Welcome back, Tinubu.
All right, our State House
right.
correspondent. This is a departure from the sport.
So I will leave that for now. I will leave that now. Oh, let's watch it a little bit. Let's watch it a little bit before I call it today. Let's just watch it a little bit. Okay, is our president in the select elect. Let's watch.
Presidential wing. You see, I promise you need to see a large crowd of people that thronged the presidential wing of the airport to welcome the president-elect. It was a chaotic scene here, filled to the extreme.
Wow. Okay.
It was
The audio is
mic
bad.
check, mic check, mic check. Can you hear me now? Mic check.
The audio is bad there. So, oh.
Well, I promise it was a chaotic scene here at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Just about everyone wanted to catch a glimpse of the president-elect. Protocols were broken, barricades pulled down just to get access to the tarmac where the private jet of the president-elect touched down. And we saw the president-elect emerge from that private jet accompanied by his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. And you know, he had his traditional wave and also blowing kisses to a lot of admirers who were on the tarmac to welcome him. From there, he was led to the presidential wing to the arrival here, where there was also a large number of people waiting for him. And we hear that from here there's another group of people waiting at the main entrance of the airport that will accompany him to town and also to other engagements that he will be having today. I will tell you, I promise, that the airport road in Abuja, as we speak now, is on lockdown. Everybody wants to see Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Everybody is trying to be part of that motorcade that will accompany him from the airport to town. Well, in the coming days, we know that the polity will also become very busy now that the president-elect is here. We will see a lot of, lobbying, a lot of political talks about forming the next administration, and also the 10th National Assembly will be on the agenda, I promise.
All right, beyond the mammoth crowd that I have seen in those live pictures from Abuja, who are the dignitaries that you saw on ground waiting to welcome the president-elect?
The Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, we saw the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. Well, he also alighted from the aircraft with the President-elect. We saw Senator Barau Jibrin, who is also aspiring to become the President of the Senate. We saw Senator James Faleke. We saw a whole lot of members of the National Assembly. We saw some former governors. And we also saw Senator Magnus Abe, the governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in Rivers State. We saw we saw the former governor of Borno State, Alimodu Sharif, also was on ground to welcome the president-elect, and a host of other dignitaries, members of the APC, members of other political parties who supported the candidacy of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu on the ballot. We were also here to welcome him back home, promise.
All right, the president-elect, we hope he's well rested now, because he's back in the country and it's back to work for him, as he's expected to begin to, assemble a competent team that will form his cabinet, at least for the next 4 years. Femi Akonde, our State House correspondent, live from the airport in Abuja. Thank you so much.
that was just the breaking news I saw, so I have to bring it up. I think as I said before, I won't stay long in this thing. So I will stay long in this thing. I will call it a day right now. But as I said, I will play a video before I go. I said I'll play a video before I go. Let me look for the video. I will play it. It's a protest going up in Washington, D.C. And let me see if I can see it now. Let me see if I can see it. All right. All right. Let me see. I'm trying to look for it. Let me see. Yeah, I've gotten it. Yeah. All right.
Nigerians now never, brother, love it and keep it for
Nigeria is now or never. We must take it back as all road leads to Washington, D.C. to recover our stolen mandate. The security risk of Nigeria's 2023 presidential election and why it must not be ignored. Guest speaker at the forthcoming rally, protest and press conference will include Prof. Pat Utomi, Chimamanda Adichie, and host of U.S. Congressional Representatives, Senators and Diaspora Ambassadors, U.S. policy experts, human rights activists, Aisha Yusuf, among others. Diaspora Alliance, International Committee for Nigerian Diaspora for Good Governance, World Igbo Organizations, and American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, Women Advocacy for Good Governance, Restoration, WAGRA, African Leadership Group, New Era Democracy, and host of other diaspora organizations. Date 26 April 2023. Venue Capitol Hill Rally and White House start from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Press conference starts from 1 to 5 p.m. Signed, Head Mobilization Committee for Diaspora Alliance of all Nigerians to restore democracy and people stolen elections mandate. For inquiry, call CEO Diaspora Alliance, Reverend Emmanuel Ihim, +1 817 262 8885. Mrs. Gillian Okafor, Event Mobilized Team Head, +01 347 849 4846. Mr. Richard, Communications and Strategy, +1 210 912 8228. International Committee and all the diaspora organizations to restore the stolen mandate is our key Capitol Hill rally. Brought to you by Diaspora Network. Be there.
Nigeria is now or never. We rather love it and keep it for good.
At this point in time, we do not know what destination
All right,
is for the president-elect right now. If he's coming back to his abode in Lagos or going to the State House.
It's no longer the Bola Tinubu we used to know. This is.
All right, guys, I will leave it for now. I will just play this video. Just watch it. Please, as you watch, kindly subscribe, share, make comments, and like. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back with every day. God bless you.
Everything that doubled.
Thank you,
Don't
guys.
forget that in the next 1 month is going to be sworn as the president and commander-in-chief, the CNC, the 16th commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's a big milestone. So he's the property of the states now. He's no longer the former Lagos State governor. He's no longer this Jagaban we used to talk about. No longer Senator Bola Tinubu that used to refer to. It's the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
No longer the body,
the lion of body, all other smaller acronyms, titles that, Ariel Oluji, whatever you used to call him before. This is the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So his movement, and in the last 3 weeks, there's been a lot of speculations about his state of health, speculations about his well-being.
There were talks about his whereabouts.
Yes.
Rumors about where is the president-elect
he went in
conversations like that.
He went incommunicado. He wasn't even in touch with even some members of his kitchen cabinet. But he needed that time after months and months and months.
But does he really owe anyone any explanation about it?
It's the property of the state now, promise. Anything he does henceforth, promise. He can't just jet out of the country and just say, I want to go and rest. It has to be official. So we voted for him. He asked for the job. We voted for him. And there's meant to be this speculation about his movement, about his whereabouts, about, anywhere he goes to. So in the last 3 weeks, 1 month that people have been speculating, this will put that speculation to rest. That officially, some people went as far as even saying that he has gone through surgery, that some people even rumor that he carried the rumor that he's no more. That Bola Tinubu is no longer alive. They wish so. They might have wished so. But the bottom line is that the Bola Tinubu you're seeing now, everything you're seeing now, and everything, he is coming and is going to be sworn in and inaugurated the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The excitement of persons at the airport speaks volume.
Yes, to rest your doubts.
It speaks
they're all anxious. They're all anxious. They want to catch a glimpse of that person they voted for on the 25th of February. And now we are looking beyond the election. He is now meant to be...
The next few days will be very busy for him.
Very, very busy. Tactically, we expect a president that it will not take 6 months to name his cabinet. We expect a president that the National Assembly will be inaugurated on the...
As soon as possible?
Yes, the first week of June. And it's going to inaugurate that. And the texture of the leadership of the National Assembly, the president will have to decide with his party what they want, zoning formula for the National Assembly. We expect a president that will hit the ground running. We expect a president that will be categorical about, fuel subsidy, maybe the removal of fuel subsidy. We expect a president that will want to, spare the cost of Nigeria.
Nigeria is now or never. We must take it back, as all road leads to Washington, D.C. to recover our stolen Monday, the security risk of Nigeria's 2023 presidential election, and why it must not be ignored. Guest speaker at the forthcoming rally, protest and press conference will include Prof. Pat Ukome, Chimamanda Adichie, and host of U.S. congressional representatives, senators and diaspora ambassadors, U.S. policy experts, human rights activists, Aisha Yusuf, among others. Diaspora Alliance, International Committee for Nigerian Diaspora for Good Governance, World Igbo Organizations, and American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, Women Advocacy for Good Governance, Restoration, WAGRO, African Leadership Group, New Era Democracy, and host of other diaspora organizations. Date 26 April 2023. Venue Capitol Hill Rally and White House start from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Press conference starts from 1 to 5 p.m. Signed, Head Mobilization Committee for Diaspora Alliance of all Nigerians to restore democracy and people stolen elections mandate. For inquiry, call CEO Diaspora Alliance Reverend Emmanuel Ehim +1 817-262-8885. Mrs. Gillian Okafor, Event Mobilized Team Head, +01-347-849-4846. Mr. Richard, Communications and Strategy, +1-210-912-8228. International Committee and all the diaspora organizations to restore the stolen mandate is our key Capitol Hill rally. Brought to you by Diaspora Network. Be there.
Nigeria is now or never.